the most interesting to me is the bird, the phoenix, the releasing the fire phoenix, which I think it signify rebirth, something that is new, something that is positive. In Chinese mythology, the feng is a 吉祥, is auspicious bird. So I think definitely something will be good coming along the way.
Okay. Yes, I believe so too. Okay, thank you. And okay, I'll begin sharing screen. Okay. So welcome to the Holistic Human Group Coaching onboarding session. And if you're able to, do grab a pen and paper. There will be some like writing stuff that we're going to do. Yeah, a little bit.
Wait, I go and grab my pen and paper.
Yep, take your time. Yeah. Hi, Jess.
Yeah, hello. Hi,
hello,
everyone.
hello.
Sorry.
Yeah, just a pen and paper before we move on. Yeah.
After finding the Chi Men manifestation, people always ask me why I was so lucky.
Are you sharing a video?
Not a video, just the music. 1 second.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
just the music before we begin. Okay. Everyone good?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Vijay. And okay. And first is let's celebrate being here. And it's wonderful to have everyone here. And I feel it's a momentous occasion because we are kicking off the next phase of the Holistic Human. And I want to celebrate you because the fact that you are here means that you are meant for something more. You're meant for something more. Okay. The evolving ecosystem that you will be a part of. And is this image familiar? Anyone knows what is this?
Keanu
Keanu
Reeves with like Morpheus.
Yeah, Morpheus. Oh, awesome.
Morpheus.
You have a very good memory.
Yeah.
Morpheus,
yes.
And he was given a choice. He was given a choice. Take the blue pill, and then he will forget everything, and he will continue to be part of the matrix and to be a slave to the system. You may say so. If he takes a red pill, then prepare to jump deep into the rabbit hole. And today I will offer you the opportunity to take red pill or the blue pill. Blue pill, you can go back to the life you once knew. And red pill, you continue to join us on this amazing journey that we'll be embarking on. And if you're taking a blue pill, well, you can leave the chat. Okay. The red pill, what does taking the red pill mean? Okay, taking the red pill means that, one, you are striving for personal growth and evolution. You are not sitting on your laurels, happy with where you are right now, and you are aiming for more. Okay, and you are always progressing and becoming better, and that's what we all strive to be. And we will do it together. Sharing the core mission of the Holistic Human is to heal our physical, mental, and emotional wounds, and after that, to build strength and resilience. And after that, to bring forth our hidden potential, because all of us are meant to do more. All of us have a mission within us, a purpose within us that we're supposed to bring forth during this incarnation on this earth. And that's what I believe. And you've probably seen this graph before. And I believe that once we let go of the red, we go towards the orange. And even once we reach the green, it's not the end yet. We still have the blue to go towards. Okay, and each person's interpretation of this is slightly different. Okay, But my personal interpretation is that person who is suffering carries mental or emotional wounds and traumas. And when they begin healing that, right, they go to the next stage. What does it mean by surviving? A person may not be having a physical or mental illness, but they are probably held back by anxiety, burnout, fear, a negative self-image, imposter syndrome. And once we can release that, then we can truly live and truly become successful and be happy in the process, not just ticking off the checklist, but then being hollow inside. And the last part is thriving, and that's when you are actualized. You are being the best version of yourself, and you bring that color, that liveliness, that foundation of bliss and happiness to the people around you. That's when you really, really thrive. Is that something that you are looking forward to? May I have a show of hands? Yeah. Awesome. And when we thrive, we are enabling resources within and externally to build thriving cooperative communities that is grounded in love and compassion. And this community that you are in is one of those thriving corporate communities grounded in love and compassion. And each of us plays a part in that. Okay? And this is the vision of a holistic human, raising our collective consciousness to create a world where individuals and communities live in harmony with ourselves. It all begins with self-love. We need to live in harmony with ourselves before we can begin to live in harmony with other people. Okay? And after that, to live in harmony with the earth, guided by principles of stewardship, sustainability, and spiritual alignment. Okay? Yeah, and for those of you who is able to turn the cameras on, I would love to view your beautiful faces. And once again, that journey of being in harmony with the earth brings me back to this this vision or this meditative epiphany that I had, that in 20 years' time, we'll be having a 500 million land trust to really, really protect the earth from the destruction and devastation that is currently facing. The long story is in part 1 of the integration journey. Okay. Can have a look at that. And to be able to do that, each of us needs to be embarking on the journey to abundance. And I just want to share something that I learned to help me bust my blocks that I have been carrying for quite a while. Okay. And let's see, I'll just give Jason and Yusin a reminder. Just a second. Okay. Coming. See. And I've learned that personal fulfillment is not selfish. It is desirable and even needed. Because if we try to create something that helps others, but if you come from a place of scarcity, desperation, and reluctance, we have started with the wrong vibration and doesn't bode well for the helper or the help. And this is something that took a while for me to really sink in. And I always had this feeling where spiritual people shouldn't have material wealth because that makes us less spiritual. But truly, that is not the case, and that is something that I've really learned to see, and I've had the opportunity to share with some of our group members in our individual sessions. Just checking that. Okay, yeah. And just a little thought about this is, are you better able to help those in need if you have better resources? Do you think so? Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely. I always felt good being, how to say, being modest, just happy with what we have. But then, as along the way, I realized that a person who is poor and has a good heart has very limited ability to help other people who are poor, although he has the intention and the will, but he does not have the resources. But if he has the resources, then he can magnify the impact and the value and the help that he intends to bring to the world. And so together we will step into your power and abundance, and I will show you how. Are you ready? Okay, good. Okay, if you have chosen the red pill, okay, these are some holistic human core values I like to share. One is having an internal locus of control. If you've been with us in part 3, and this term may be familiar to some of you, is that knowing that you are in control of your state and you are in control of your fate. Okay, you are not a candle in the wind, and you are not a slave to external circumstances, because you hold that certainty and you hold that control within, and whatever comes your way is your mindset to view whatever comes as something that is going to build you up. And that's having an internal locus of control. We'll talk more about that. 2 is having a growth mindset, which is really, really quite close. And it's very important to have growth mindset, because it's like being on the river. If you stop paddling, right? If you're going upstream, you stop paddling, then you go reverse. And having a growth mindset to be continuously learning is going to be very important if you're on this journey together. And it's also important to take personal responsibility for your own progress. The stairs will be prepared for you, but you have to walk them. Yeah. Yeah. Are you feeling that? Okay. Yeah. Okay. And be ready to learn. And also, a lot of us come with skills and tools that have carried with us for many, many years now. And it probably served us in our primary school, secondary school, and going to the adulthood, we may be still using the same behavioral response. We may be still using the same communication skills that we have not upgraded over the years. This journey is one that will make us take a look at what doesn't serve us anymore. And we unlearn what does not work. And we learn new skills, new tool sets that help us face the new challenges that are coming our way. Okay. And also be prepared to be uncomfortable as part of the process of transformation. Okay. Because like how coal or carbon becomes diamond, and how iron becomes steel, there will be tempering. There will be some growing pains and challenges, but that is what makes us grow the fastest, and that brings us wisdom that we can then share with the people around us, our immediate family members, and beyond. And to be able to do that, we need to be ready to be challenged, and that's how we reach our personal new heights. How many of you can relate to that? Can you relate to that? Yes? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you can't use your cameras, do put your do put into the chat. Yeah. And a little bit about the holistic human ecosystem. Oh, hi, Dr. Jason. Yeah. And okay. And it consists of the one-to-one coaching, which is about breaking the chains, breaking the burdens that is holding us back, whether it's mental, whether it's emotional, whether it's physical. One-to-one deep dives into personal scenario, into your specific circumstances, and we work on your individual goals, and we fast track them to get you breakthroughs as soon as possible. And that's the one-to-one program. And what happens when you lift those burdens? What happens when you let go of those chains? Yeah. Jason, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Permission to share Jason's story. Is we've been working on some inner work And I think we have made some leaps and bounds. And after that, I would say that Jason is attracting things, manifesting things, although we haven't even really started visualizing or visioning, but things are actually coming. And Jason, if you may, would you like to share a little bit about that?
Hold on a second, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Actually, I do not realize this. I'm having a personal coach with the KY. During the process, actually, he teach me few meditation techniques, and we share. I share. I share with him that what are the blocks that I'm working with, and after the session, usually during my meditating, and suddenly I will have my blocks. My blocks just came out, and then I just visualize the block like the CCTV. After that, I will have a very huge relief, and I can go to a very clear state of mind. And it lasts me for about a week plus. So during that time, actually, because I'm a medical doctor, so I counsel a patient when the patient eventually they just open up. They open up their problem to me, and after the consultation and she told me one is she, one is a he. She told me that this thing I have never tell anyone before this, even though my own daughter, own daughter, you just keep this with you. So okay, I mean, oh, okay, I mean, to me, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, when a patient like told you about this, and subsequently, I have met another drug representative, and she also opened up her personal family problem with her husband, and tears are flowing from their eyes. Naturally, I'll just listen and give them comfort. Yeah, yeah. And then I was telling KY about this, then he said this might be because my vibration that actually affect them. They actually feel comfortable with me, and they actually open up me.
Yes, yes. And beyond that, I think things have been coming your way, Jason, right? And yeah, would you like to share those wins?
Oh yes, yes. Yeah. Actually, I didn't realize that. Only when KY mentioned about that, only oh yeah, this thing might be true. What happened is when I'm in a very calm inner state of my mind, and things just happen effortlessly. Like for example, I have a second-hand ultrasound which I'm planning to let go for like almost about 4 to 5 months ago, and it just I was trying to get a few buyer come and see, and they just no news. Out of sudden, I just contacted a previous buyer, and he said, just give me some time, and voila, they just come, see the machine, and buy the machine at the price that we negotiated before, and immediately he just transferred the full amount in front of me. That is one of the thing. And the
How
second thing,
much is the ultrasound machine?
it's 23,000.
Yeah, 23,000 and just happened just like that. Wow, that's just
It's
really
just like that
amazing.
on the spot. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And the second thing is actually, as a private clinic owner, we sometimes need panelship uh, to gain our reputation and increase our sales. Previously, when I start my business, I do go out and look for panels, but now recently I don't. I mainly rely on cash patient. But recently there's this aliens insurance company. They just approached me, and they just awarded me the panel. I think I just submitted uh, the contract and the agreement 2 days ago.
And you didn't even look for them, right?
I don't really look for them, but I do know their agent and have a cup of tea with them for just a normal chit chat. But I'm aware that they are looking for panel, but it's just that I don't really ask them that just give me the panel, but they just prefer I'm the one that handling their panel.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I think also there's one more about the clinic, I think.
Oh yes, it's one of my old friend. They actually just out of sudden he just messaged me regarding one of the clinic setting that not yet set. Seems interested, but now no news yet. So I'll just wait and see, just let it go with the flow.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks for sharing, Jason. And I believe that once we are able to release certain things, right, and that weighs us down, our vibration, our energy shifts, and we start attracting things that that we didn't know about. And I believe we have that power to shift our circumstance. Once we know what we need to do and to face the blocks and the burdens that are holding us back. Yeah. Okay. And I'll continue on. Mariam says great sharing. Yes, yes. Okay. Thank you, Jason, once more. And back again to this graph. Okay. The next year is from suffering to surviving to successful. And everyone's definition of success is a bit different. Okay. And if you got your pen and paper with you, I'd like you to spend a few minutes and I'll be playing some music. And what is your definition of success? And 2024 is coming to an end. And what are your goals for the year ahead? Regine, I see your hand raised. Wonder if there's anything you'd like to add on or have any questions? Okay. We'll have another minute or so. And after this, we'll be going to breakout rooms. Last 15 seconds. Thanks, Mariam, for sharing. Okay. And now we'll go to breakout room because whatever it is that is written, one way to crystallize it and to bring it closer to the reality is to state it out and to put it out into the ether, creating that resonance that will attract the thing that you've put out. Okay, that's why you need to write down your resolutions. That's why you need to mention your resolutions to people for people to keep you accountable. And this is what you're going to do. Okay. So in the breakout rooms, there'll be 2 breakout rooms consisting to 3 to 4 people, where everyone will have about 2 to 3 minutes to share, state your name, your career, and share your personal or professional win of the week. Think what went well in the past 7 days, right? And share that and acknowledge yourself for that win. And then share your goals that you stated out just now. Okay, so to anchor it in. Okay, let me rooms. 2 rooms. It's drop off. I think it's dropped off. Are you able to see the rooms? Mariam, if you're able to, do join in the room 2.
Knowing or identifying my wins. It means I take it as normal. So I think with this, I'll be more attentive to what because sometimes when you go through life, you don't, it actually something that is a win, but I just take it as, there is something that happens, you know. But then in professional side, I think the win is not so much of this week, but actually it was last week, because my team and I were working on IP project, intellectual property, that is to do with our product, and we just got it approved uh, to patent it in China. So that was last week. We've been working on it for almost half a year. So that was personal win, because it's one of my pet project, and me and my colleague. So finally we got it approved by the Chinese authority. So that is a win. On a more professional basis, because we've been working on it for six months or slightly longer than 6 months with a Chinese counterpart. So I think for me, I'm very happy with it. So that is for me a win. So my goal, okay, in terms of goal, I just went through with Dr. Young, talk about magnification. Sorry, my English isn't that good. So I want to improve on it, really to make sure whatever I visualize or whatever I want is able to realize it and make it come true. So that will be my goal. So I've been working on it at least for this week, 1 week plus. How to improve. So on a whole, for next year, I will on myself. I want to learn to improve my spiritual well-being, because this is it's an exciting journey, very exciting for me, because I started this journey with Dr. Yong, I think somewhere in January, February this year. So I'm a newbie by anything. So it's about probably 10 months.
Oh, Akui, you forgot a win. You got Toto.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I told Dr. Young,
Yeah,
say that,
continue on. I'll hop
just
over to
kidding. Say,
another
hey,
room.
yeah, I say that, hey, I want to have 4 million, but in the end, I got $40.
Self-realization, to getting to know myself better and see what is the thing that actually stopping me to progress. So far, maybe I'm a person that very, how do you say, very 执着, difficult to let go, I would say. But somehow, after a few sessions with KY, actually, I'm gaining more self-awareness, and I managed to, I can see my feelings, my emotions, and tends to able to try to control and try to realize why is this happening. So to me, to define success actually is more towards freedom. I would say freedom in financial, and the second is actually freedom from emotional pain. Uh, Goals. Okay, I'm still looking. I'm still looking to visualize what is my real vision behind my life. But at the meantime, in 2025, I will focus more on my business to stabilize it. And yeah, try to work with other doctors and see anything better in my future of the business. Thank you.
I think Eugene haven't shared, right? I think I just now saw your mic. Okay, awesome.
So is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm Eugene. So Actually, I'm the young primary and secondary school mate. So we know each other. So I'm basically a great engineer working in Singapore for around more than 10 years. Currently, working, but my projects are more related to construction. So currently helping clients in Jurong Island, assisting in one of their chemical plants turnover project. So yeah, that's my profession. So my what is it we need to share?
Definition of success and your goals. Yeah.
Oh, definition of success. Actually, yeah, I understand that definition of success is very different for each person, each individual, and very subjective. I've read recently, or I've watched some podcasts recently that defines successful, which quite, I mean, think quite sync with me with this. They said that successful doesn't make you happy or feel great. So like feeling great makes you successful. So which means that for whatever that you are doing, you feel great, then you are successful. So I think that's one of the goals. Yeah. And yeah, I'm with my family, then my son here. You haven't.
Hello. And your goal, would you like to share one or two goals of yours?
One or two goals. Basically, I'm just as when you mentioned, just surviving to support my family. So main focus is there. So I try to remain my career just to support my family. Currently, I just going through mundane life every day. Just to not sure whether what's the purpose or what's my goal in life. So yeah, I think I'm at that stage currently.
Jess, will you have some words of advice?
Some words of advice is okay. I think everybody, just like Donald Trump, he never give up, right? You try to contest, a number of times, but it's okay. I think it's good that, first step first, you are aware that everyone is aware of their current state. And there are certain circumstances in life that you just have to accept. I think, as we progress a few years later, I'm sure it progress to the thriving state. But it's just probably not now. It's always, it shall pass, as they always say.
And as we journey along, we will be talking more about finding our passion and purpose also, either in the individual or the group session. And yeah, so we'll get you covered, Vijay.
Okay.
Okay, closing out 2 minutes, and yeah, I'll be doing the broadcast soon. Yeah, you all can continue chatting while I hop over.
Many thanks, Dr.
Dr. Mariam, over to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi. Okay, thanks for sharing. So my name, Dr. Mariam, and profession, I'm a health and wellness coach. And then what is my personal and professional win for this week? I closed 3 new customers and 2 repeat customers this week, in fact, or maybe these 2 weeks. And what are my goals? My goals for 2025, one is to clear all my debt. Actually, it's the first time last year, 2023, that I took on loans, family loans, and some personal loans because I need to go for my graduation, my PhD graduation in Sweden. And I wanted to take a business course because I really, really wanted a breakthrough. So I took on quite a big debt, and I want to clear that up in 2025, and also consistently have an excess of at least 1,000 monthly after minusing all my expenses. So I was just calculating maybe I should be making about 3,000 to 5,000, 3,000 monthly at least consistently. Yeah. So that's the goal. And then like
Yeah, we have a kids party tonight. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to the main session. I hope the breakout rooms allowed you to get to know each other a little bit and also celebrate your wins, because once you anchor in your wins, you actually feel better and then you attract more of the same type of energy. And it's very important to do that. Okay. Most often we finish one thing, we move on to the next one, we forget to celebrate. And then we focus on the gap. We do not focus on the gain. Focusing on the gain is very, very important. Okay. And just a reminder to everyone, myself included. And yeah, and speaking about your goals, hopefully that brings it closer to your reality, and we'll continue. Okay. And the mission is to support individuals in healing, building strength and resilience, and aligning with your highest potential, and to bring on the next phase on the stairway. Okay. And the group coaching, what does it function? It provides further support and tools for you to move from surviving to successful. Okay. And why group coaching? And some of you may have some experience in group coaching. Yeah. And compared to one-on-one, what's the difference? If you anyone like to share, why do you think it's how is it different? How is it better, or how is it unique in the delivery format? Yeah.
I think the group, sometimes we can learn from other people, that share their experiences, which is it is still important, because one-to-one we are only talking about my experience. But just now, in that small group, I get to learn about other people's experiences, and also from there I can also learn something about whether I can improve upon my goals and my wins. Sometimes taking references. That's how I feel like.
Thanks, Hakri. Exactly. Anyone else wants to add anything? Okay. So I'll
yeah, maybe I add
sure.
something. So I think when in group coaching, when we talk about challenges and we hear the challenges that other people face, then sometimes our own challenges might not feel as big or as daunting anymore, because it's like, hey, everybody else is also facing a challenge, and we are all working towards improving ourselves.
Beautiful. Thanks, Dr. Mariam. For me, one is like sometimes it's very hard to get like-minded people together. Especially, I think a lot of us here are into the spiritual side of things, and you may find that with your colleagues, you probably cannot say anything at all, and that's actually quite painful day-to-day existence. Like, I can't talk much about this to my wife also. Yeah, so it's being cherished in this community, having like many people, and having this community talking about things that other people in this group can understand, and that's something I cherish. And also accountability, meaning that we keep hold each other accountable, like just now, your goals, your definition of success. People remember what you said just now, right? And the next time you meet each other, hey, how are your goal? How are you progressing towards it? So yeah, once you put it out, you feel the need to keep to it so that it makes you stick to your goal better. And these are number one, number two, and number three. Do you agree? You agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And beyond that, right? Momentum riding. Okay. Yeah, momentum riding is that when you see other people having wins, when you see other people like achieving things, you feel motivated because we also all start off about the same thing line. And if this person can do it, we actually can do it too. Okay, and you get motivation from that momentum riding the slipstream, okay, to use a race term. And this community is a place for fun and growth. Okay. And I know my face is usually introverted and dead serious, but I'm learning more and more how to embody fun. And I think that brings the atmosphere around very different. And we have a choice in that actually. And choose fun and joy because that's super duper high energy. And then the things you do become easier and flow smoother when you can do that. And like what Mariam said, it's also a safe space. Okay. And then sometimes we compare people for momentum, and then we chase, we feel compelled to like, I need to back up too. And sometimes it's like, oh, maybe my situation is not so bad after hearing somebody's story. Yeah. And that's the truth sometimes. And also it's a safe space for growing pains because we're going to face challenges. And a community is a place where it's safe to share. Okay. And thirdly is that from my personal experience is that when I'm in a group, sometimes you feel that okay, everything okay. I don't have any wants, I don't have any needs. There's nothing I feel like I can improve. And then you don't know what question to bring up. But sometimes a person asks a question on your behalf without you even knowing. And then you get answers from them. Anyone has that experience
Totally
before?
agree. Totally agree.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And last but not least, new perspectives, because every one of us brings our life experience together with us. I think combined together, we probably have 300 years of experience, and we get to learn from each other. And that's very important. I think our experience gets multiplied, our wisdom gets multiplied. So the journey ahead. Yeah, I'll just take a few moments to sit and just to vision together. Okay. Okay, if it's feasible for you, to find a comfortable spot on your chair. Just in to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Each out breath, gradually prolong your exhalation. The longer your exhalation, the more peaceful and calm you can be. I just want you to have a check on your posture, feeling where you can get a little bit more comfortable by a 5 to 10 degree adjustment. And now once you do that, notice your back, your chest, your belly. And notice how it moves and shifts and changes as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Noticing your feet, noticing your ankles, Noticing your tongue, your knees, and if any of that is hard to feel or experience, give yourself a little bounce on your ankles, and you continue moving up your thighs, your hips, your trunk, your shoulders, and your neck. Be counting back down from 10 to 1. With each countdown, you go into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. Counting down 10, 9, 8, more and more relaxed, feeling calm, feeling centered. 7, 6, feeling comfortable and at ease. 5, 4, 3, deeper, more relaxed, at ease. 2, and envision yourself 2 years from now. This is an ordinary day. 2 years from now, you have just woken up. You begin noticing what's happening around you and who is it around you. And if this is an ideal day, but a typical day, who do you see yourself waking up to? Are you greeting each other? Are you ushering the kids to school? Envision everything going smoothly, everyone happy and joyful. And if you've been with me long enough, remember, no handphones for the half hour of the day. And if in your vision you are reaching out for your handphone, put it down. Okay. And what comes up next? Are you going to your office? Or you may be starting your computer working at home? What's the next agenda of the day? Envision it happening smoothly. Having sense of accomplishment, completing tasks on your to-do list. Having a lunch. Who are you eating with? And if you could choose, who do you want to eat with? Is there someone you admire that you can learn a thing or two from? Originally, what are you having? Your meal. Is it a better version of what you are having today? What does it look like? Is it a healthier version, more protein-packed version, more energy-giving version, what you're having right now? Imagine that. Looking at that. Smelling it and even tasting it if you can. And after lunch, what happens after that? If you have the choice, how would you want your afternoon to pan out? And if you're having an afternoon slump, usually, how do you see it different? Maybe you took a power nap, and then you wake up fresh and ready to chomp for the next 4 hours. And yep, it's the end of work time. And you come together to this group, the people you shared the breakout rooms with, what would you be sharing? It could be your aspiration. It could be your wins. It could be what's your next target and goal going to be. And you're going to tell each other how efficient and how productive your day is. And also, have you been fulfilling your potential in your day? Have you been living your passion? Have you been living out your values? Was there a moment in the day where you felt sparks of excitement driven by a project that makes you lose track of time? You are so immersed in what you are doing that the day slips by effortlessly. What could be that thing that is so magnetic and draws you in that you lose track? What is this fun factor? After having a great group chat, you wind down from the day. Who are you talking to? And what is the content of the conversation? And seeing that the day happens so smoothly and flawlessly and so beautifully, would you have anyone or anything or any place you want to give gratitude to? Remember to do that. And having visualized that ideal but typical day 2 years from now, juxtapose that with your day today. And what are the things that you can change or implement tomorrow that will bring you closer to your ideal day? Is there someone you should call? Is there an email you should write? Is there a place you might want to visit? You'll take about 6 more breaths to continue this practice while you fill in all the gaps as is necessary, or revisit portions of the day where you want to flesh things out a little bit more. With the exercise coming to a close, I want you to feel the emotions, the good emotions, the beautiful emotions of joy, fun, excitement. I want you to anchor it, to feel it throughout your body, feeling it. And you might just now find yourself on stage giving a pep talk, giving a class, a session to your subordinates or someone close to you. And you find that you've been doing this for a while now, it's getting so easy, you're in flow. I want you to feel that feeling, that ease, that joy. And I want you to double that feeling, expanding your heart to enclose that beautiful feeling. And know that you have power to bring that not distant future to today. In a few moments' time, we'll be counting from 1 to 5. And once we reach 5, we'll come back to where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and slowly come back to where we are. Taking a few moments, settle in. And yeah, I'd like to hear maybe from Sunita. How was it for you just now? You're still muted.
Well, it's really interesting because for me, without fail, every single time I do any kind of journey work of any kind, I get taken out. Completely taken out. So initially it was because even though I made the sound loud, because I didn't want to be taken out. So I wanted you to be very loud. I couldn't hear.
Oh,
I could not hear.
I
You know,
see.
so it was like just bits and pieces of sound, and then I was just off, completely taken out. But then the moment you said, think about what it is you can do now to tomorrow, back, just like that. Happens all the time.
Okay,
It's like,
that's so interesting. Maybe
yeah.
there's a block there that we need to explore. It's
No,
not a
I
technical
don't
problem,
think,
right?
no, it's not a block. It's not at all a block.
It's not a
I
technical problem.
literally, no, it's I literally get taken out,
Oh, okay.
you know, yeah.
Oh, I see.
So it's not, yeah.
Mariam is asking, were you hypnotized? Okay, maybe yeah, maybe I can hear from Jason. How was it? What did you see? Jason, you're still muted. Oh, I think his kid is still behind, so maybe not so effective.
Yeah, just now my son was still with me as moving here and there, and climbing here and there, but so I was not able to fully focus on it. Basically, I just see on and off few pieces of here and there, but my feeling is telling me is 2 years later from now on, life is getting better and it is a better version of myself. Although I do not really see what are the changes is, but I believe there is some changes. Mainly my career will be still the same. I'll be still doing the same thing, but perspective side, I feel lighter after 2 years.
Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing, Jason. And sometimes when you say taken out, it's like you go into a state where it's like empty space. Is that what you mean? Interesting. In any kind of journey. Okay. Yeah. If you have the chance, let's explore a different kind of journey. Maybe there's a different version that will gel with you. Okay, we continue. Um, um, and also, as an extension of that, right? 2 years from now, once you have achieved your personal success, I just want you to ponder this evening. What will be your contribution to the world and how can you add value? Okay? And if you have your pen and paper right now, you can just put a note there, like, just to explore. Okay. And as part of the holistic humans, after even without raising ourselves to 100%, because 100% of perfection is I would say is not something realistic. Maybe if you are looking to contribute to the world, maybe you are already contributing to the world. What is the next version of that? Okay. And I'd like to talk a little bit about Homo luminous, which is the end goal after embarking on the journey of the holistic human. And that's about moving you from being successful to the next stage, which is thriving, and becoming Homo luminous, which means the radiant human, where you be the light wherever and whenever there's darkness. imagine there is chaos in the room. Once you go there, because of who you are and what you bring and the energy that you embody, you'll bring calm to that space. And if there's confusion and everything, you'll be the light, bringing words of wisdom, enlightenment, and a sense of peace, so that your surroundings become better. And that is an ideal to go towards, carrying yourself, embodying that high vibration. And beyond that, you exude charm and magnetism. And this magnetism attracts people, partners. Well, if you're married, work partners, okay, collaborators, okay, attracting opportunities and abundance. Okay, and the path to Homoluminous is an 18-month program that I've in mind. So what's coming up next? Okay, this is an onboarding session. So what I envision is that every Wednesday night will be a group session. There will be a block of 12 sessions, spinning through different topics of mind, body, and soul. Replays will be available in the library. Okay. And every 3 months, every quarter, there will be a 2-hour workshop where we deep dive the topics of building strength, resilience, passion, and purpose, and many others that I've yet to bring into consolidated format. My ecosystem is very, very wide. So as we go along, I will find that what is needed the most, and I will be able to bring that into a format that's digestible, easy to understand, applicable, and to move your needle forward. And there'll be 6-hour boot camps every 6 months. Why 6 hours? Because immersion is an important step of embodying things, and then it also carries with it implementation. And we will do very, very deep dives into the subconscious mind, productivity, biohacking, and how to have overflowing energy. Okay, not just talking about physical energy, talking about emotional, mental, and even spiritual energy. Okay, that's what I foresee. And there will be special events. This will be the blueprint or the format of the 18-month program. Special events will be retreats. I've envisioned some place in Bangkok, and Jaslyn and Hardway may know that I've been talking about this for very long, but now I know it's feasible. Okay, and yeah, it's been a while. It's been in the works, and sometimes the universe has other plans, but it's okay, all in good time. And Penang. Okay. Pilgrimages. Yeah, anyone know what this place is?
Somewhere in Cambodia, Laos, Angkor Wat.
Yes. Okay, this could be one place. Okay, I won't be able to organize one to Egypt in the very, very immediate future, but some place nearer to us, maybe Borobudur, maybe Angkor Wat.
Start easier logistic first.
Correct. Maybe Gunung Padang. Yeah, if you all know that Gunung Padang is like a pyramid very near to us. Through geosensing, they could find the entire pyramid structure, and what's exposed is only 10% is in Indonesia. Yeah, maybe we can make a trip there. And
the time, is that the one last time I shared with you? The Gunung Padang.
Gunung Padang is before that. If you watch Ancient Apocalypse, yeah, it is one of those featured. Yeah, yes. Okay. And also pineal gland activation. Okay. So if you're familiar with Egyptian hieroglyphics, this is actually a representation of the midbrain. Okay. And at the end is where the pineal gland is, and it's where our antenna gets polished and our frequencies get attuned higher. And you may already know that melatonin is a precursor to this. And and Hakui is registered for the next pineal gland activation ceremony in December. I'll share more about this. Okay. And graduates from the 18-month program will be accredited and enrolled into the faculty of Institute of Integrative Science and Spirituality. Okay. This ISS, yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just joking.
Yes.
putting the mood lighter.
Yes, because ISIS, initially it was Institute of Science and Integrative Spirituality, but we know how sensitive it is. Yeah, so this is a new version. Of course, this building is currently hypothetical, but then it might be a brick and mortar in the future. So I will be exploring collaboration with the Shift Network and Ubiquity University, based on what the information we received lately. And there will be an accreditation program, and graduates will become faculty. So you'll be teaching the next generation of people who are interested in this, the unity of mind, body, and soul. Does that excite you?
Yes. Very interesting.
Awesome. Okay. Anyone wants to be faculty?
Come again?
Anyone wants to be faculty?
Visit? Sorry.
Faculty meaning you'll be the teachers.
I don't know that.
Need credentials, right?
Yeah. There'll be accreditation, yes. Yeah. Working on it. And Mariam says I want. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, and as we go along, I will reveal more. Okay. And anyone has any questions before we just a little bit more before we end today. I know it's getting late.
Just to share something that came to mind during the meditation. About what next year gonna hold for me. There's one word that comes to mind: remote control. That's what I want to do. I want to do. I don't know this term in management we call remote control. Have you come across this? This will be the term.
Could it be something like autopilot, where you don't have to be so hands-on? Is that what you mean?
Yes, because I always want to be, right now I'm technically like almost fully hands-on. So next year, come talk to my boss, do a plan. Also must be in line with his plan because he's the owner. So I can do remote control. Then because I just on meditation, I imagine I'm not going to work. I'm going to morning meditate. After that, go for cycling, do some health, go back office. If there's anything they call me, no problem. That means everything running. So
on call.
Yeah. So means that is what I meant by remote control. If everything is remote control can be done, means that you have done a good job. That is last time my boss always tell me, hey, you must learn how to remote control. If you involve in everything, you are not improving the team.
Beautiful. Looking forward to seeing you remote control. Then you can devote more time into your other pursuits.
The things that I want to do.
Okay.
So
beautiful.
that is something that comes to mind. Then suddenly the word just remote control pops up.
Beautiful. Yeah, I see Dr. Mariam unmute.
Yeah, actually now that you mentioned remote control, then my visions make sense. Because my vision, right, I was just having a holiday in Andalusia. And like, am I supposed to change job? Because my dad just planning to open a tour agency. So, but then when you say remote control, it makes sense. I'm just working from elsewhere lah.
Wow, working in Turkey, remote controlling. Oh, beautiful. Okay, supporting you towards that.
Yes, thank you.
Anyone else would like to
Maybe
share?
I am on a world tour like you.
Yes. Make sure it's longer than mine, okay? Yes, Jason.
Remote control. I wonder how in medicine can do that. But I guess the way forward for remote control medicine is telemedicine.
Yes, one of them.
And
I think, but to me, remote control is one thing that my ex-boss always tell me, means that whether you're managing your team well enough, because if you need to be there at every second of the time, that means your team is not ready. And if your team is not ready, you cannot move on to the next stage.
And then also for Jason, and Jason with his wife, Dr. Asin, I think they brought up envisioning a medical complex, a one-stop center in Tawau, where previously patients need to travel 2-3 hours to get a certain scan done in different towns. they are going to set up this beautiful medical complex where it's a one-stop center. Patient come in, get everything done, and then they don't need to travel everywhere. And I think that is a very foreseeable vision in 2 years' time.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, show more enthusiasm, Jason, or maybe tired already.
Maybe for Jason, right? Your remote working might be getting your patients to go on retreat with Dr. Yong. Then we go together.
That sounds like a plan.
Because now the world is also moving towards the holistic healing, right?
Yes,
Where we, mind, body, and soul.
Heal the mind, heal the soul, the body will heal itself.
Yeah, true.
Something we from the medical side should ponder into. Actually, I have this idea of aside from treating you medically, I should treat you spiritually as well. I was thinking of binding. Now I'm treating you clinically, which is evidence based, but there are a lot of things that need to be done. As we say, holistic approach. So I have to put in this mind and soul, not only focus on body, mind and soul in my future center.
Yes.
We have a spiritual room.
Yes, you're a faculty member already.
Meditation together.
We can work together towards that. Yeah. I mean, like, because there's already, I was a cancer researcher for 15 years. And there's a lot of research already about how lack of sleep and then high stress affect our health. And this is where spirituality, emotional well-being comes in place.
Yeah. It's unexplainable, but it works.
I totally agree.
Okay, retreat in Tawau.
Yeah, because I've shared with Dr. Yong last time. I always have this left knee pain. So right now, without really going through all sort of therapy, my left knee has been improving, especially the last few months tremendously. Doing meditation, feeling good, so-called more or less like overcoming the self-doubt of that pain. So I'm glad, he has improved. I'm not saying that if I leap and bound, but then if I notice that there is at least 50% kind of improvement. Now I can meditate with my leg crossed. Last time I can't. I can do that for 45 minutes and within to an hour without much problem now. So that is something I always tell myself I can do it. So now I think the mind overcomes to a certain extent.
If you don't mind me sharing, Dr. Yong, do we have time for me to share a little bit?
Go ahead.
Okay, and I think it's especially since Dr. Jason and even Dr. Yong, your background as well, right? So for me, right from childhood, I've been in and out of hospital, in and out of doctors, etc. You name it, I've experienced a whole range of different things. And every time there has been some kind of like, of course, all the non-medical side that comes in. But the most, I think, so the two most recent ones, I won't go into the first one. That one is also like mind-boggling. Each one has been mind-boggling, but the one that is just okay. Let me start with what it was first of all. So I woke up. Okay, so I had surgery, and then after the surgery, I was recovering very, very well, and very well. And in fact, my yoga therapist and my physiotherapist both were like very, very pleased with me. And so the trajectory went up this way. And then one day, just one day, it went this way, right? It just went crashing downwards. And both of them said to me in that same week that something was very wrong. I needed to seek medical help. So I refused. I was like being, in denial. Until 3 months later, I suddenly woke up. My fingers were like this. I could barely walk. And I knew when this happened, right, I knew that, okay, now I have no choice. I have to actually call, get medical help. And so I contacted, just walked into, just called my insurance agent and said, anyone who can look at this, and I think it has to be some kind of either orthopedics or muscle related, etc. And she said, go with, she managed to get me an appointment with a rheumatologist. So when I went in, I was diagnosed with something called psoriatic arthritis without psoriasis. Okay. So the whole thing was basically all my tendons were completely swollen. The pain was terrible. It would take me like a normal 7-minute walk, took me an hour and a half. Same distance. Okay, that was how bad it was. Anyway, long story short, 2 years of treatment, all kinds of things, and they were using experimental drugs, everything that you could think of. Nothing was working. I was still continuing with my normal meditations, etc. Nothing. Absolutely. I was doing my Reiki, I was doing my oils, doing everything, but nothing worked. It was very debilitating. And then one day, so normally for meditation, what I do is I sit on the floor. So it took me about 10 minutes to get down to the floor, 20 minutes of meditation, and then another 5-10 minutes to get up. So every time it would be a 40-minute stretch that I would put aside. So one day, and bear in mind, I was seeing the rheumatologist every single week for 2 years. So then that one day I sat down to meditate 10 minutes, got down to the floor, pulled my legs together into a half lotus position, and then started my meditation. So normally I would put the timer on for 20 minutes. I did the same thing. I did the 20-minute mark on the timer. And then out of nowhere, thousands and thousands and thousands of lights, okay? Thousands in all kinds of shapes and all that, very, very tiny, just flooding in, just flooded. And I was like, so I'm trained enough to know that when something like that happens, just let it go and just continue focusing on the meditation and just don't be distracted, right? So just let it go. And then it just suddenly all stopped, totally stopped. And then I thought, okay, continue with the meditation, but I couldn't. Suddenly I was like wide awake, couldn't focus, etc. And I was like, okay. Then I looked at my timer, 10 minutes. And I was like, no, I need to do 20 minutes. But I couldn't. Then I thought, okay, never mind. Gone, my meditation for the day is gone. So then I got up and I just stood up. Nothing, no pain, nothing. And I just stood up. And I was like, what is this? What just happened? Then I walked and I was perfectly normal. Okay, perfectly normal. And I was like, okay, something happened just now. Something clearly happened. It was not I didn't intend it, but it happened on its own. And the next morning, I had my next appointment, right? And when I walked into the room, it was Dr. Eugene Lim. Dr. Lim just looked up from his chair and he was like, Sunita, what did you do? And I said, is there something wrong? He said, no, you look normal. You're walking normally. What did you do? I just, just last week you were, you could, the last time I saw you, you could barely walk. Then I looked at him and I said, meditation. And then he just looked at me. He said, you know what? I can't say anything about that, but if it works, please don't stop. And then from there, he knew he had to take me. By then, anyway, I was not on any, and all the experimental drugs were all removed because I was, they were not helping. They were making things worse, etc. And so these things happen, but the medical profession has not been able to tap on this, right? So this is a world I'm very aware of. Yeah. I would love to be, in some way, I pitch in, help, brainstorm, whatever, anything, if Dr. Jason, if you intend to, explore this area, etc. Yeah. I'd be happy to talk about it and, share, etc., insights. But it's real. So what I'm telling you is it's physical, it's real, it's 100% tangible. It's not pseudo anything. It's not in my imagination. It is verified by a specialist, a rheumatologist. So yeah.
Yeah, I would like to hear more from you, Sunita, if you have time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Magical.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Magical.
had the chance to share with me many of her magical healings involving her mother, and a lot of it is like quite amazing.
Correct.
And then 2 days ago, I had a chance to discuss with people. One is the founder of the Center of Mindfulness Singapore, and the other works for TPC Corporation or Octave Institute, which is an institute that is pushing for raising the human consciousness, and it's run by a fourth generation steward of the company. And we had the conclusion is that these things are the intangible. And if we can bring the intangible into the tangible form, and one way to do it is by marrying science, spirituality through the intersection of philosophy. And this is the next thing that I want to work on, to like how to bridge this thing, because science and spirituality are still quite far apart, although I try to bring them in. Getting closer, but it seems that the thing that will bind it is philosophy. And maybe that's something that we could explore, that find whether there's an avenue to explain what's actually happening. Mariam says, was it Albert you talked to from CFM? Oh no, it's Dr. Katirasan. Dr. Katirasan, a PhD. And I think if we could suss out what's that, that unique factor, right? We could help so many people with autoimmune diseases, with allergies, with even cancer. Because a lot of cancer, it comes from the immune being downregulated, and you can find that key to unlock that. That would be like super amazing. Thank you for sharing, Sunita. Yes. Okay. And we're coming towards the end. Let me just share screen. Okay. Okay. I accidentally revealed it. But anyway, what's the secret hand gesture used in yoga and meditation to enhance concentration, memory, and mental clarity? Yep. And we'll be doing that. We'll be doing a Hakini Mudra. If Mariam and Vijin, you all can turn your cameras on. I will stop share and put on gallery view. Okay. And you can do this over your forehead. This is a pose, Hakini Mudra, that helps with your focus and concentration. If you want to do something, you want to focus on writing something, or you want to really focus yourself, just do it for like a minute or two. Okay, and put it over your third eye. Mariam and Vijin, if you're there. If not, then we'll just take a photo. I will be doing half a hand, I think. Half a hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, beautiful. One second. Just hold on a second. I think I didn't get the screenshot. If you can join it. Mariam says can I can. Vijin, if you're ready. Position your phone. Okay. I'll just take a screenshot. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Okay. And there's a small thing that's coming up next, which is what is this thing that many people are using? Okay. Maybe Sunita knows the answer, but then I will just not spoil the surprise. It's your homework to find out what this is. Okay. As my university professors will say, We are not going to spoon feed you. So may this be a fun investigation for you. What
You mean just now that?
Yeah,
Just on
this
the
one.
previous slide, the
Correct.
focusing concentration.
This one is Hakini. This one
No,
actually
this one is
yeah,
focus and concentration.
yeah, it also brings clarity, and then it stops the weight of your previous thoughts and stops it there, so you get clarity. Yep. Yeah, and find out the name of this one, and that's your homework for today. Okay. Okay. Yep. And beyond that, any questions or last words before we close the session?
Very enjoyable session. I learned a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
Interesting sharing.
What Aisin had to tend to the kids, is it? That's why she's not with us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, my kids are on and off. They are coming inside.
I see. I'll share the recording later. Yeah. So so she can catch up.
I like Sunita's the vision of the light.
Okay, the light streaming down. I think the time when she told me, I said that you've really stepped into the matrix and become Neo or something like that.
Okay. Hers is vertical down.
Yes.
Actually, it sounds like a self-healing, you know.
It's another case of like spontaneous healing.
Yeah,
And there are
self-healing.
yeah.
Very magical.
Yeah. And let's discover and uncover more magic.
The other thing I was thinking about the word impermanence means that you are thinking, like when you sometimes our leg get very numb, so you go into meditation, it gets after that you don't feel it's not there anymore. I mean, I believe beyond it, the vipassana will be something like this, like after that, but once it come back, jialat. I heard that. Yeah, because I did that. After a while, because normally I know myself, especially my left knee, about 40 full. Suddenly, I don't feel that pain anymore. Then, but it still started to get numb. Then one time I was, I don't feel the numb. But after the meditation and let go of everything, the numb came back very strong.
I think Eugene had a similar experience. He just recently went for Vipassana. Eugene, you want to share your experience about that threshold of pain and then what happened after that?
Yes. I think what I experienced is quite similar to today. So
I think you have to speak louder, Eugene.
Oh.
Okay, sitting.
Switch to. Is this better?
Yeah, better.
Okay. So yeah, recently I think about 2 months ago, went to a Vipassana. So also I think introduced by Guan Yu. Then I have very minimum basic of meditation skills, and I don't practice much before I went there. But I don't hold any high expectations as well. I just follow all the instructions given and try to practice as much as possible. So that's when it happened, I think on day 4, day 5, when I was struggling like everyone else to pass through the 1 hour without moving at all, the determination stance, I think they call it. So yeah, it's quite hard, but in the end, I think that I found I was in a state but not too deep enough to feel that sensation of the dispersion of sensation of all the pains. Then I was trying to recall all the words, all the teachings by Goenka. So a word caught my attention, which is equanimity. So I just repetitively talk to myself about that, then make it more sincere. Then that in that moment, I felt a strong sensation of pulsation that's coming out from center of my heart, then going throughout my body in a very in a heartbeat pace. So when it grows or it travels throughout my body, reaching the region of my leg where the numb is very, very painful, it slowly disperses all the numbness until you can feel a very relieving sensation throughout the body. So yeah, that's what I experienced.
Can hear the relief in your voice when you reach that state also.
Again? What?
Just when you described that was so painful, when you say, it reached my legs, then you can hear the relief in your voice.
Yes.
And then after that, it didn't come back, right?
Reliving the moment.
After that, the pain didn't come back, right? It didn't come back, right?
For some, like all other scientific-minded people, I try to do it experiment. The first time I experienced it, I thought it was like, maybe it's illusion or imagination, or it's just something happened by chance. But because the frequency and the situation now, then I try to repeat it. I get it around 70 to 80%. Like I meditate 10 times, it happens seven times. Yeah, around there, 7 or 8 times. So within the 7 or 8 times, maybe 3 to 4 times it came back. But I tried to do again, going through a deeper state. Then I can disperse it again in one session, in 1 hour. Yeah, just trying to be focused, trying to just follow what Goenka instructed. So I think, but most of the time, yeah, I can get to that state. So it's quite real for me for that session.
Nice. Momentum riding, this is where you should be heading to.
Yeah, and plan to go for next year. Probably in March, April period.
So from here,
remote control.
Remote control I do from here. Actually, I tried to. Then because now every Tuesday I also go for meditation. There's some Sri Lanka Bante said no, you must go and experience. You don't, you'll be there, then you really experience the thing, because he told me that he been many times Sri Lanka, Thailand, Taiwan, and I think their session is a lot longer. Ours is 10 days. He did for like 1 month, that kind of thing, or 2 months, and very intense for them.
Okay. And with that, yep.
So wonderful share.
Wonderful share. Yeah, thank you, Harpreet and Vijay. And with that, we'll close the session. Thank you everyone for being here for the onboarding session. Namaste. I will share more details about the next sessions in the group or individually. Okay. And wishing you all a very good evening. Okay, and good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.